Good afternoon, it's October 16th, 2025, and it's time for my second set of devotionals. Won't you join me?
And celebrate recovery, healing from hurts, habits, and hang-ups.
Day 289, The Tapes. No, dear brothers, I am still not all I should be, but I am bringing all my energies to bear on this one thing, forgetting the past and looking forward to what lies ahead. Philippians 3:13 TLB. Back in the day, I was one of those kids who always had his Walkman on. This was before iPods, even before CDs. We used audio cassette tapes, and I had a nice collection. There were a few I would listen to over and over. In some cases, I listened so many times that I wore them out. At first, the label on the front would start getting hard to read. Then the tape itself would start to warp, causing it to slow down and speed up. Eventually, the tape would break, and I'd have to go buy a new copy. The same thing can happen to the tapes we play in our heads, those recordings from the past that speed up and slow down. If we dwell on them, we will never be able to deal with our bitterness and guilt. They can trap us in our yesterdays. We will never be free of our hurts, hang-ups, and habits until we face our past recordings and deal with the pain involved with them. That doesn't mean we should ignore them. The answer is to deal with them, give them to God, and get them out of our heads once and for all. Prayer. Lord, help me to be rid of the recordings that linger in my head, reminding me of mistakes I've made in my past. Set me free to record the joys of my new life. In Jesus' name, amen.
And in my quiet time devotional.
Day 289. Listen up. Remember what it says. Today when you hear his voice, don't harden your hearts as Israel did when they rebelled. Hebrews 3:15. What a privilege that God would speak to us and make himself heard in our hearts. Those outside the community of believers consider such a phenomenon absurd, unbelievable, an imagined fantasy. Most followers of Jesus cheerfully testify that this has happened to them. God has spoken in one way or another and given direction, guidance, or comfort. Some skeptics immediately evoke the inherent problem of whether it really is the voice of God we're hearing or just our own wishful thinking, or the aftermath of that spicy meal we had late last night. For sincere believers, however, the real problem is that even when we know God has spoken to us, we fallen humans have a tendency to harden our hearts and not listen to his voice when it addresses us. It's not that we don't know whether God has spoken to us. It's that we don't want to conform to what he says when he does speak. The writer of Hebrews warns every subsequent generation reading these words not to follow the example of the Israelites who, on the verge of entering the Promised Land, missed out because they did not listen to God. Not once, but 3 times, the writer repeats, "Today when you hear his voice, don't harden your hearts." Hebrews 3:7-8 and 15, and Hebrews 4:7. Evidently, it's an urgent matter. We'd better pay attention. Ask the Lord to help you have a listening ear and a soft heart when he speaks to you. Listen up. If you're stuck listening to the tapes of the recordings of your past, it's time for you to deal with that. Give it to God. Let him help you get past it and get it out of your mind. I hope you have a blessed day.